Alright, we're going to open up this Journey into Nyx intro pack that I got in the monthly magic box for this month. It is the Fates Foreseen pack with the blue and red, so that'll be pretty cool. Normally I don't buy these intro packs, but if you are a beginning player and you haven't played much Magic, I definitely recommend getting 2 of these packs and a friend and playing them, because they're usually very equally balanced, and you basically just learn those basic things in Magic, and they're pretty balanced, and then you can use these cards and make some pretty awesome decks based off of the cards, and most of the cards you get, and just get a couple different ones to improve it. When I first started Magic, I believe I got the entire Theros set of intro packs, and then I broke a couple down and built, I think, a mono blue devotion deck out of one of them, and a mono black devotion deck out of another one. And I worked on a green white heroic kind of sort of deck with one of them. They're just a really good base set of cards. They play well. They're not the greatest decks in the world, and they're not going to probably win you any tournaments or anything, but they're a great way to get started into Magic, and I really do enjoy the bat of them. So let's open this sucker up. Maybe. Alright, cool. Alright, so you get your 60 card deck. And you also get Journey into Nyx, Rival the Gods, just storyline and stuff like that, and then a how to play Magic guide that you get. So if you are a beginner player, this is a great way to go. It's got all the instructions, the sets, or the steps, exactly what order everything goes in. I've referred to this a couple times about questions about when exactly upkeep is and what I can untap and untap when, because I'm still learning and I sometimes forget. So those are really good and handy to have. And you get 2 Journey into Nyx booster packs, so hopefully I'll pull something good in those. But let's look and see what we got in the deck. I can tell you right off the bat, it's a shiny Kraken of the Straits, or no, Scourge of the Fleets. It is a Kraken, not that one. Alright, so he's really shiny. He's like glaringly shiny. Let's see if you can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. And alright, that should be good. Alright, so we've got a Scourge of the Fleets, the blue promo for Journey into Nyx pre-release. I had a lot of fun playing with this card. It's a little slow, but 6/6 is going to basically turn the tide of the game for 7 mana. You can't complain with that. So that's a fun card to play, and it's all shiny. It's all shiny. It's so shiny. It's such a shiny one. So that Omen Speaker is a fun card to play with. That Scry 2 ability when it enters into the battlefield is fantastic. I love that. Another one of my loves. I love the Sigiled Starfish. He's so cute and he's adorable and he's awesome. The 0/3 with a Scry 1 when you tap is fantastic, and he only costs 2 mana, so I like this card. And yay. So 2 of those. Sigiled Skink, also another great scry and a decent attacker for the beginning. That is fun to play with. This is the kind of sort of deck that I would like to build at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. Crackling Titan, this is a fun card to play, and you can use the sacrifice, deal 2 damage, so you can get those last points of damage that you need in. Flame Speaker decks, this is going to go well with all your scry triggers. Give it +2, +0 till the end of the turn, and it gets first strike, so that is pretty awesome. You can't go wrong with giving something first strike. So that's really cool, and should have 2 of those. Pensive Minotaur, 3 mana for a 2/3 basic Minotaurs. The first thing I would do if I were modifying this deck is put something else in this place. Any of the other red Minotaurs that actually do something and isn't just a vanilla 2/3. That would be definitely something I would think about. Alright, Stormcaller of Keranos, 3 mana for a hasty, 2/2, and you pay 2 mana scry. Great for a mana sink later in the game. That is always an awesome thing to have, and it has haste and scry, and scry is going to trigger a lot of stuff on this. Ooh, Cloak Siren, I like this card, 4 mana for a flashy flying 3/2, surprise your enemy, and fly right over them afterwards. That's fun to play. Only one of those. Man, this deck actually has quite a few decent cards in it. A Blade Tusk Boar, I would first pick that in a pack. 4 mana for a 3/2 with Intimidate, that's awesome. He's really good, I like that. Prescient Chimera, 5 mana for a 3/4 flying. Whenever you cast a spell or instant sorcery, scry 1. I have a feeling, I could be wrong about this, but I think this deck has a lot of scrying abilities. I'm going out on a limb here. There seems to be a lot of scrying stuff. Speaking of scry, Prognostic Sphinx. If you haven't been paying attention to any of the block GP limited GPs, this card is awesome. It's so good. It gets past the Elsbeth ability. 5 mana for a 3/5 flying. You can discard a card, gain hexproof, and tap it. And when it attacks, you get to scry 3. That's 3 triggers on whatever scrying stuff you're going to be doing. Oh, this card is awesome. It is. It really is. Alright, Cyclops of Eternal Fury, 6 mana for 5/3. All your creatures have haste, so that's pretty cool. It is a little expensive, and it can be easily taken out by a lightning bolt or something like that. But he's pretty sweet. Alright, let's go through these lands. Mountain, island, island, mountains. So an assorted number of mountains and islands that you will be needing to play with. A Lost in a Labyrinth, not one of my favorite cards. 1 mana to give a creature -3/-0 until the end of the turn. I guess it's in here for the scry ability, and so that you can take it out and use it, replace it with a different card. I think that's really one of the only reasons it's in this deck. So, Magma Spray, yes, this is great for this deck. 1 mana for 2 damage and scry, or no, Magma Spray is 2 damage and exile creature if it would die this turn. Exile an instant. Okay, that's okay. Not what I thought it was, but that's still an okay card. Spite of Mogus, it's got the scry ability, equal to the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard, there's quite a few of those in here, and so you could do some damage for 1 mana, which could be nice. Font of Fortunes, basic card drawing engine, so yeah, 2 mana to draw 2 cards. Oh, and the Font of Fire, so you got both the fonts for the blue and red. 2 mana, and this one does 5 damage to target creature. Those are okay. Divination, yes, 3 mana, draw 2 cards, that's good, and it's going to trigger that Flame Speaker or Keranos Stormcaller, one of those cards that'll let you scry, so you should be able to play it and scry and then draw those 2 cards. That should be sweet. So 2 of those, of course. Pull from the Deep, return target instant or target sorcery. Oh, so return up to 1 target instant, 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard, and then exile this card. 4 mana to get 2 cards back that you've played. You can pull a Divination and your Magma Spray back and use those scries and drawing cards. That's pretty sweet. Knowledge and Power, 5 mana for a enchantment. You can pay an extra 2 and it deals 2 damage to creature or player of your choice. So that's pretty awesome to get the last couple points of damage if you need it that way. It's got 2 of those. Rage of Parphoros, 5 mana, deal 4 damage, can't regenerate, and it's got the scry 1 on it. Riddle of Lightning, 5 mana, it's got the scry 3, reveal the top card of your library, and then you do damage equal to that, so you can get a lot of damage done, hopefully, if you set your cards up right, so that can be useful. I mean, it just depends on what you get for your cards. It's all luck of the draw, and you can set it up, with that scry 3, that's going to help, but it can be bad. This in combination with the Sphinx, the Prognostic Sphinx, would be pretty sweet. So 2 of those. Interpret the Signs, 6 mana for another scry free, and draw cards equal to that converted mana cost on top. Again, this can be awesome in combination. That scry 3 ability just to set up your next couple of draws, and oh, that's sweet. Rise of the Eagles, I like this card. 2 bird, 2/2 bird enchantments, flying, scry 1, it has it all. And 2 of those. So, those are some pretty sweet cards in this deck. It's a great basic starting point. I mean, there's definitely things I would take out, like first off, those Pensive Minotaurs, I would get rid of those and put something else in their place. There are plenty of 2/3 Minotaurs if you really have to have a 2/3 Minotaur that actually do something instead of just think. because, yes, that Pensive Minotaurs are just... They're just vanilla 2-3 Minotaurs, and I would definitely take those out first, and I think I'd pull out the Lost in the Labyrinth next. But let's open these 2 packs, because I like booster packs. They are so much fun to open, and hopefully we can pull something good. Alright, Nature's Panoply. Ooh, Grim Guardian. That's a fun card to play with. Aerial Formation. That's also a fun card to play with. Satyr Hoplite. You could go red, white, heroic. This card seems deck. Alright, so Trailblazer, Triton Shore Stalker, Ravenous Lucacrota, Font of Ire, Aspect of Gorgon, Mortal Obstinacy, Hour of Need. I also like this card. Forborge, Oriaz, that's fun. Ooh, Nyx Weaver, that's a pretty sweet card. And the rare is Launch the Fleets. This is a pretty sweet card. I like the heroic ability trigger, and it spreads everything out, so you're not going to lose to a single removal spell. So that is pretty awesome. And yeah, Launch the Fleets is pretty sweet. And then a plains and no token, so... that was pretty cool. Alright, let's see what we get in the next pack. Hey look, another Nature's Panoply. If this was the exact same thing, I would laugh. Alright, Nature's Panoply, Nyx Infusion, Godhunter Octopus, Skiggled Sink. I'd put 4 in there. You can always do that. Font of Vigor, Stormwise Fortifier, another Triton Shore Stalker, Renowned Weaver, Blade Test Board. Definitely will be putting that in that deck because 4 of these guys, you can't really go wrong with more of those. Take out something. Nessian Game Warden, that's a fun card. Kior's Dismissal is pretty fun too. Triton Cavalry, that is not bad. And the rare is Aegis of the Gods. You have Hexproof. That can really, if you can protect him, that can destroy a burn deck, which would be fun to do. That would be really fun to destroy a burn deck with this card. Alright, and, ooh, a shiny Crowan Mastiff. I'm cool with that. This guy is awesome. I like him, and I have enough shiny one of him now, so that's pretty sweet. Awesome, and a bird token to go with that Hour of, or Rise of the Eagles thing. Alright, so... that is what you get in an intro pack. You get your 60 card basic deck, 2 booster packs, and you can usually pull some good stuff to be able to use and change up your deck and make it better, which is what it's in there for. So, yeah, like I said, I really like playing with these decks. They're great for beginners. I mean, you can just buy them straight off the shelf and play with those 2 decks. So, eventually, one of these days, when I get my brothers to be able to play with me, I'm going to start them off with an intro deck because they're usually really basic. They have, you know, basic attack. They don't generally have too many complicated combos or anything you're trying to go off with. They just have the basic, you know, swing attack, counter this, counter that. So, I really like this, and this one looks like it's a really fun one. I like the combination of the blue-red to go with all the scrying and stuff like that. So this is going to be a fun deck to play with, but let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe for more.